How you doing today? Kevin Black with Jones Technical Institute. Today I'm going to show you how to get your subcool readings and your superheat from your refrigerant. Now, what you're going to need is pressure gauges, a DVOM meter with your temperature sensor on it, and a temperature pressure chart. Now, what a temperature pressure chart is, it's a chart that tells you at a certain pressure you should read a certain temperature, and I'll explain that in a little bit. So what subcool is the temperature below boiling point that the refrigerant boils at. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've hooked up my high pressure side and my low pressure side, and I've opened up the gauges. So if you look at the pressure gauges, you can see they're about equal, which is what it should be when the car is not running. So I've also went ahead and I've taped my temperature sensor to my high pressure line, and I've done that for the reason because if you were to hold it, your body heat could give off a false reading of temperature and it won't give you an accurate reading of your subcool. So I've turned on my DVOM meter on my sensor, and I'm reading about 103 degrees, probably due to the sun. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the car or the truck. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to make sure you're going to have the truck turned on for this, and the AC on as well. So I have my AC's on 3. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to read our DVOM meter. It's going to increase. It's at 101 degrees, 102. So we're going to come back up here and we're going to read our pressure gauge on the high side, since I'm reading the high side for subcool. It's around 155, I would say. So we come back over here and we look at our temperature pressure chart. We're going to go ahead and find under R134A, because that's the type of refrigerant I have running through the system. We're going to come down to 156 pressure. If we look over to the left, it's going to read 114 degrees is what the reading should be. So if it's supposed to read 114, and I look at my temperature reading now, it's at 106. You take 114 and you minus 106, and you're going to go ahead and get a subcool of 8 degrees, which means it is 8 degrees below the boiling point of R134A. So I'm going to turn my truck off now. Don't miss your chance to adopt a pet this weekend. I'm going to come back over here. The gauge is going to drop. Temperature is going to go ahead and lower. And if you were going to want to go ahead and do the same process that I've done here, except move your sensor over to the low pressure to read your superheat. And that's how you check for subcool and superheat.